Alabama football answered the bell and silenced one of the most hated villains in college football in 2025. Thank goodness, to the cheers of even their rivals. Stick around. Let's talk about it. This is Way Offsides. 3, 2, let's go. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Way Offsides, baby. Your favorite Alabama sports talk show. And we are going to talk about Diego Pavia today. Why? Because Alabama absolutely waxed his in Tuscaloosa yesterday. And it was beautiful. It was glorious. And it needs to be said. So don't go anywhere. Revel in it with me. I don't usually make videos like this, but this one feels good. It feels good to me. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry if you're new here. You're probably like, what did I just click on? I'll tell you what you just clicked on. You clicked on Way Offsides, where we do everything everybody else does. We just do it a little different. We like to talk Alabama here. We like to talk college sports. So if you like that and you want to be part of the family, it's as easy as hitting the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, do all the things, and leave a big roll tide in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from. Por favor. Thank you very much. This Alabama team has gotten better week in and week out since that loss down in Tallahassee at FSU, and are now in prime position to make a run at a playoff. Now, it does not get any easier for the Tide, but we're going to revel in this one just a little bit more before we move our attention over to Missouri, as we should, because Vanderbilt football built an entire brand off of beating Alabama last year, and it is dead. It is D-E-D. I spelled it incorrectly on purpose. So they did. I mean, last year, as soon as Alabama beats, as soon as Vanderbilt beats Alabama in Nashville last year, Diego Pavia starts a podcast. You start hearing about Pavia this, Pavia that, Pavia that, Johnny Manziel 2.0, blah, 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 all the stupid things. He owns the state of Alabama, blah, 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 blah. Gets featured on SEC Netflix documentary, and that's all we've talked about. Now, this is a good Vanderbilt team. I'm not going to take that away from them. They are a very good Vanderbilt team. I think every game on the rest of their schedule is winnable, but sometimes if you want to be successful long term, you got to eat a big slice of humble pie. And there is nobody who is more hungry for that this week in college football than Diego Pavia. I was thirsty. Yeah, he absolutely needed it. And I'm happy that Alabama was the one that got to give it to him. I'm happy that Vanderbilt came into Tuscaloosa 5-0. I'm happy that their fans were relentless on social media all week. And I'm happy that Alabama covered at the end of the game. I'm happy that they let Jim Miller do what he did at the end of that game and scamper in and score. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm happy that Alabama's defense shut them out in the second half and made Diego Pavia look like a JV quarterback. I'm happy that all this happened with Johnny Manziel on the sideline flipping off fans. I don't know if you guys saw it pregame, but Diego Pavia did the same thing. Grabbing his crotch, flipping off the crowd. Man, get that mess out of here. Get it out of here. We had heard all week going into FSU how Alabama would handle the disrespect accordingly. We didn't hear that this week, but they certainly did it. And they shut him up. Shut him up. So much so, he was crying and arguing with fans on the way out of the stadium. Not condoning what the fan did by any means necessary, but let's not act like Diego Pavia is not a grown-ass man. Just saying. Right? Let's not pretend like Pavia is a 19-year-old, 18-year-old. Right? He's grown. And he's got no problem running his mouth like a grown man. Right? Humble pie, baby. Go goes great with a big whip of L right on the top. You know what I'm saying? Best served, spicy. Oh man, it feels good, and it should. It should, because what we saw yesterday, Alabama struggled a little bit offensively in the game. We know that, especially in the red zone. I don't think that is a Alabama offense problem. I think Vanderbilt's red zone defense is just good. But outside of that, especially in that second half, Alabama just absolutely shut them down. And what is even better about it is there was a lot of adversity in that first half of football for Alabama, and they overcame every ounce of it. They got popped in the mouth several times, and they never stopped hitting back. That drive, that icy 2-minute drive there at the end of the first half, Ty Simpson recognizing the cover two, watching the safety to see what he does, and just freaking hits Jeremy Bernard with a laser right in stride, right into the end zone to tie it up right before they go to half, knowing that Vanderbilt's going to get the ball to start the second half. And then the defense just comes out and does their thing. Kane Womack got tired of hearing all of us talk and yap about how he's not the right guy. Got tired of hearing Diego Pavia's mouth, for sure. Now, I wasn't there, and so I don't know how true this is, but reports out of game day are that the Pavia family were absolutely ridiculous, and that they were insufferable. They got there and were pretty much trying to force Alabama fans who had been waiting for a long time out of the way to get a spot in front of the game day crowd. If that's the case, I'm so happy this happened. I really am. There's a fine line between being cocky and confident and being a complete douchebag. Johnny Manziel crossed that line a lot. And it is his whole personality, even now, as a fully matured grown man. It's his own personality. And that's why he's looked down upon by everybody. Right? And Diego Pavia is picking that to be his persona. It's kind of like Dylan Raiola and Patrick Mahomes. Except Diego Pavia has picked a dirtbag. Right? Yeah, personally, if I'm that parent, I'm like, no, you don't need to, definitely don't need to emulate that guy. Where's it gotten him? Yeah, sure, he's got a Heisman Trophy, but that's not paying the bills, man. It was just beautiful. It's almost like we beat Manziel twice. We beat him again on Saturday. Personally, if I'm Clark Lee, I think that's a dumb decision. I have a utmost respect for Clark Lee. I think he's a really good coach, but there's no way I'd allow that guy on my sideline. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've seen the documentaries. I've heard the interviews. No way am I allowing that culture into my locker room. Absolutely no way. You want to emulate his game on the field? By all means. He's a terrible person. So hopefully Diego Pavia gets to learn from this and, mature a little bit. He should. He's 26, right? I don't know, 32. Dude's got grandchildren. Man, it's good. It's so good that other rivals of Alabama are celebrating Vanderbilt losing. There are Tennessee fans I saw yesterday going, I hate Alabama, but I am not going to be upset if they wax the floor with Vanderbilt tonight and Diego Pavia. Auburn fans, LSU fans. If you're going to be the most hated person in college football, you want to be the most hated person in college football because you're so good, they hate you. Everybody outside of Alabama's fan base hates Alabama because Alabama's been so good historically. You don't want everybody to hate you because you're a grade A douchebag. That's not the brand you want, man. It's not. It's not. Because I'm going to go and tell you, if you drop a game or two now, moving forward, which is likely for Vanderbilt, I think every game Vanderbilt plays from here on out is winnable for them. They're that good of a football team. I don't want to take that away from them. But if you drop one or two more games moving forward, the legacy of Diego Pavia just is tarnished. And it's tarnished because people expect Vanderbilt to lose games. Even this new and improved version of Vanderbilt, people expect them to lose games. It's not tarnished because of that. It's tarnished because of all the crap talking you did. Right? And again, there is a difference between being cocky and being confident. And you have crossed the line. And you pissed off a lot of people. And that showed up on Saturday. I go back to the season. You know, Tommy Castellano said some stuff, right? And Alabama fans got really bent sideways over it. And I get it, right? But what he was trying to do, there was a moment where he was on field with Isaiah Horton and realized who it was that he played for Bama, and he tried to explain himself, right? Like, look, man, this team was 2-10 last year. Like they need confidence. If that can come from me, sure, right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I haven't heard him talk any smack after that game, right? I not saying that he didn't. I'm saying I don't think he did. All right, so there's a difference in that kind of motivation and just being, a jackwagon, which is all Diego Pavia's doing is persona, right? It's this persona that, and it comes off gritty and hardcore, but really it's just it's immature, honestly. And he doesn't have an excuse. Him above most people in college football has zero excuse to be on a field acting like, a cocky 18-year-old. Again, cockiness and confidence aren't the same thing. And that showed up Saturday and it got you beat. And I reveled in seeing the frustration on your face after all those 3-and-outs, after you couldn't move the ball, after Yanze Pierre keeps pressuring you over and over and over again. I loved every second of it because the good guys always win. If there's anything we know about storytelling, the villains don't win, man. Not in the long run. Good always wins. Good one on Saturday. That's all I'm saying. Thanks for sticking around with me. Again, I don't usually do videos like this, but I just because of the buildup that went into this week and all the crap talking and I just how ridiculous it got. And I don't know. It made me feel better. So I made the video. Okay. All right. Thanks for sticking around. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, leave a big world tide in the comment section below. If you're not an Alabama fan, let me know who you're rooting for and where you're from. So would love to hear from you as well. As always, you guys know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down. Florida. I told you guys Florida was going to beat Texas. I said that like 8 weeks ago. As always, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide.